Run me up. Let's talk about this good game tonight. Give you a recap. Give you a recap of what's going on. Everybody that's on Facebook that's joining me, I appreciate you joining me. But I'm also recording it for my YouTube, so you'll be able to go on my YouTube tomorrow for those who haven't seen it, or if you do want to see it. Maybe not. It doesn't make a difference. I just want to give you a recap on this good game that was played tonight between these young ladies, between these two schools. And once again, please like, share, subscribe to my page, TTG Sports on YouTube and everything. Please give me all the feedback, negative, positive. However, I'm taking it in, eating it up. And if it's good advice, I'm taking it. So I just want y'all to join me while we talk about this game. It was a good game. I'm not going to lie. It was a very good game. Yeah, it was a good game between Center Hill and Horn Lake. Well, the number 3 Horn Lake Eagles tonight. Center Hill won, but before we get to this, I knew it was going to be something that I was going to be able to touch on sometime during the year. But sometimes the referees make the game all about them. We'll get to that moment, but I'm going to just break it down right quick. In a game as close as this game was, down the stretch with 30 seconds left to go on the clock, when kids out there playing with so much passion and so much love and giving it they all, they should be, you don't let a lot of things slide. You should let a kid that's showing their emotion in a positive way. I did not think India Bourne deserved that tech at the end of the game, especially at that time when there was so much other stuff going on. But I just feel like at times referee took life out of the game. And not to say that it was all the referees' fault and everything. I know you're a referee, DP. Man, don't do that. I'm not even talking about you. We already go through all that right now. What's going on, yo? We already talk about that right now. But I do feel like at times that the referee took the air out of the game when things were shifting one way. They'll shift it back another way, and even if it was going that way, they'll shift it back another way. But neither here nor there. Overall, refs, kids, everybody, you know what I'm saying? It was a great effort. You know what I'm saying? I was happy with what I saw. Way better game than for me driving to Bayfield, going to see South Panola and Lewisburg play. You know what I'm saying? This here was worth the price of admission. We're going to get to the stats. We're going to get to the stats right quick. And as we're going through the stats, I'll just break down what I saw from these kids and things like that, especially some of those kids that stood out. In a losing effort, India Bourne had 29 points, 3 rebounds, 5 steals, 1 block, 4 turnovers. And me personally watching India play, to see her play how she played tonight, was willing to just put the team on her back and show leadership and things like that. I honestly feel like, I wouldn't say you got robbed, India, or whatnot. I just feel like they didn't understand your passion, and the effort that you gave tonight was showing that you are one of the top kids in this state. It shows that you have the capability at the next level to lead a team. You know, you had 4 turnovers. You know, it comes with the territory of the weight that you carry for this team. But overall, just watching you play, it was good to see some good basketball being played by someone. You know what I'm saying? And keep doing what you're doing. But if I had to give one piece of advice to you and in your game, just communicate with your teammates more. Just communicate with your teammates more. A lot of these kids have not been in that situation that you've been in over the years and things like that. And sometimes they need a calm leadership to come to them to give them just a positive note, even if they're messing up. But overall, everything that I've seen from India Bourne tonight shows why she's one of our top kids in our state. And I just continue to wish you on a good season. Fran Kelly. This was my truly first time really seeing Fran Kelly play a full basketball game at the high school level, and I was totally impressed. It got off to a rocky start for her in the first half, but one thing that stood out to me about Fran is that I feel like as the years progress, Fran will be probably the best defender in our state. Right now, the desire and the will that she has on the defensive side of the ball is very impressive to me. I don't know what anybody else thinks, you know what I'm saying? And her offensive game is there, but I was very impressed with how much dog that she had on the defensive side of the ball. And it shows a lot to her, because when kids has the train that she has with her, all the hype that comes with her, usually those kids are just offensive minded. But Fran plays on both sides of the ball, and I was truly impressed with Fran. Fran ended up with 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, and she had 6 turnovers. But to her credit, she came back in the second half like a veteran, because she had 5 turnovers the first half. She had 5 turnovers the first half. She only had 1. But and another thing to her credit, and it's not your fault, Fran, a couple of those turnovers you got came from people missing your passes. So, but due to the nature of how the game goes, it's still credit to you. But y'all got to catch those passes, especially when in those moments like that. But overall, Fran, I'm very impressed with what I saw from you. You are as advertised, and I continue I wish and continue to keep praying that you enjoy this ride while you can, you know what I'm saying, and make the best of it, because there is a bright future in you. Shannon Riley also had 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 4 turnovers. I think Shan is coming along. I feel like the referees took a little of her momentum away with a couple of bogus calls, but overall, Shan is coming, but you still have to bring more to your team. This team is gonna need you to give them more, but overall, with how you handle yourself and your composure is what I was looking at as far as the growth of a basketball player, of just knowing you. I loved your composure. I loved how you stayed within the battle of the game. You know what I'm saying? You was always somewhere in the mix. But as you continue to get reps this season and you continue to get better, you know what I'm saying? Just realize that you're a very valuable piece to this team. And I feel like once you see how valuable you are to this team, you'll be able to give more than what you gave tonight. You know, it's not to take away from anything that you've done. They have a big girl, Williams. I love this kid. Not on the fact of how many points she can put up, but just the motor and the desire that she gives and the effort that she gives. Now, she made a lot of mistakes and she missed some big layups, you know what I'm saying? But the kid played so hard, even though there was at big times in the game, you still have to motivate the kid from those mistakes, because the kid played hard. The kid was out there to win for Horn Lake. The kid wasn't out there to just put on the jersey. She was out there to win for Horn Lake. And so I was very, very impressed with the motor and the involvement that she gave in this game. She has the capability, as the season goes on, to grow as a basketball player. And I also feel like her and the other kids that I've known are able to play at the college level at some level. You know what I'm saying? So, but Miss Williams, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If I had to give one piece of advice to you, I would encourage you to encourage you to finish at the basket better. Learn how to finish at the basket better, and everything else to fall into play. With Center Hill started out on fire. I'm not gonna lie, they started out on fire, clicking on all cylinders. But It was led by 21 Hughes. This kid came out, scored their first 8 points, man, and then she scored their first 8 points, and I think midway, somewhere in the second quarter, she ended up getting hurt. But before she got hurt, she had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. She was just filling up the stat sheet. She was just doing everything that this team needed. And as far as for what her team needed, I was very impressed on how she handled herself out there. She's a true workhorse. She was out there grabbing rebounds left and right. She'll get a rebound and sprint down the court. Like everything in a basketball player that you would want. Like her ball handling isn't there, but the kid has the capability of getting better. If she polishes up her ball handling skills, I honestly feel like she could be a ball player at the next level. Right now, I see her. It's hard to say. She has scholarships, but I didn't see enough of her to say what caliber of kid that I may think that she is. But overall, I love the motor. I love the energy of what she gives. Center Hill came with a game plan tonight, and she was a big part of it before she got hurt. And they were blowing Horn Lake out until she got hurt, and Horn Lake took complete advantage of what was going on once she got hurt. But there was another kid. I'm gonna get to where she's a senior point guard, which she didn't have a good game to me. She had 3 points, 1 assist, and she had 4 turnovers. But she was very solid. But it wasn't a game to where she filled up the stat sheet. She didn't do too much. She didn't do nothing to hurt them, but she didn't do too much to help them if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a complete bad game. She made one of 2 big free throws down the stretch. But that was probably one of the only things that stood out. But number 12, I think her name is Wilcher. She had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 4 turnovers. But the kid has a lot of energy. I don't know her classification of what's going on. She seems like she's young. I don't know. But for that team, she seems good enough for her role for that team to do what she do. She has a lot of fight in her, a lot of dog. Both teams tonight showed a lot of defensive intensity and a lot of dog on both sides of the ball when it came to applying pressure to both sides. And it wasn't as many turnovers as it was with my last game, but and to those credit, those teams was not throwing bad passes. Some of those turnovers just came from can't catch, you know what I'm saying, or not running and things like that. But overall, the controlling of the ball was excellent, and I give credit to Fran on Horn Lake side. She controlled the game once the game slowed down for her, she got in her rhythm. I will give that kid that. I give that kid a lot of credit for how she played tonight too. But Bush, number 22, Bush, she had 16 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. And the thing about Bush, what I seen out of Bush, she gets her points however they come. She may get a steal here. She may shoot a mid-range there, or she'll attack the basket. If I had to give one advice to Bush, I would encourage her to polish up on her ball handling skills. Because at the next level, I do feel like she can play at the next level. But at the next level, those skills need to be more polished and more to a string to you. But overall, the effort and what you bring for your team, this was my first time seeing y'all tonight, and y'all played a good Horn Lake team. So me watching you and what you bring to your team, you are very impactful to the game. And I would encourage you to just keep being who you are. Keep striving, you know what I'm saying, to help your team better. And one thing I liked about Center Hill, no one was trying to be a superstar. Not saying that anybody on Horn Lake team was trying to be a superstar, but it was no one on Center Hill team with the caliber or anything of India Bourne on Horn Lake side. What they did was they put what they did do good together, and they executed it well together. That's one thing I would give them. Like, it may was sloppy at times, but when they did do things right, they did it as a unit. It wasn't dependent upon just one person or anything like that. It was dependent upon each other, you know. So Bush, like one of my biggest things that I saw, if I did had to correct you, because I'm gonna get the chance to check you out again, it would be that I would want you to just polish. Not saying that do it for me, but do it for yourself. That ball handling is a must at the next level, and I think at the next level you're gonna play guard and things like that. Number 2, Collins. Man. Collins was shooting a 3. Man, whatever she wanted to do, she was there. But Collins had so much dog in this game, and you can just tell in her eyes that she was playing that she really wanted to win this game. I've never met the kid before, but I was just watching her tonight, and I just liked the dog that I saw out of her. You know what I'm saying? She led the team tonight with 18 points, like I said, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 turnovers. So she was a kid that you can't just pinpoint on what she just does for the team. She just does it. You know what I'm saying? She just does it. You know, you can't say what this kid is going to do for the team. She just does it. So she's one of those players that's going to do, you know, it seemed like what you asked of her. And like I say, to both of those teams, it was a great game. I'm not going to lie. It was a great game. But, you know, every game, someone has to win and someone has to lose. So, but it was very unfortunate. It was Horn Lake who lost tonight, but good big ups to Coach Partee. I don't know Center Hill coach and their coaching staff, but they did a good job tonight. Even when Horn Lake made their runs to come back, they did a good job of still not letting them or not getting rattled when Horn Lake tied the game up and things like that. So overall, the basketball standpoint, but everybody needs to polish up on everything. But as far as the intensity of the game and bringing everything that you got at the moment, and then we're still willing to work on your mistakes, both teams showed that, you know what I'm saying, if we work on what we do wrong, we can be better. I'm not going to take anything away from what I saw tonight. And like I say, the kids that stood out the most, you know what I'm saying, for both teams, I just give the 2 India Bournes, Fran Kelly, and for Center Hill, it will be Collins and it will be Bush. But overall, I give kudos to all those kids because everybody that stepped on the court tonight for either team, regardless of how important their skill set was for their team, you can tell that those kids did exactly. Those kids poured their heart out into this game. It was. I will pay to watch them again if they're going to bring that same intensity and fix those mistakes. Because at the end of the day, you couldn't have asked for a better game for either team. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard to lose, especially when you got a lot of hype on you. Number 3 in the state. That's a big momentum builder for Center Hill. But Horn Lake, I wouldn't even hold my head down. You know what I'm saying? I remember last year, y'all did the same thing, lost your first game, then went on a tear. So I would take that as a motivation and take that, you know what I'm saying, and build from it. But Center Hill, like I say, polish up on those ball handling skills and just stay engaged with each other. You know what I'm saying? Keep believing in each other like y'all are. And overall, I was pleased with what I saw. And so later on, like I say, I will be doing my tiers and bringing all this stuff back up and bringing these things back up. But I appreciate those young ladies and both teams giving me the opportunity to watch that game. And like I say, I'll see y'all. I'll probably do another podcast to just talk about those referees because I do feel like the referees did play a huge part in the game. I did not feel like India deserved that tick. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. And I think a lot of calls were anticipated tonight. You know what I'm saying? Due to the fact I feel like at times referees have bigger egos than the kids, but they take it out on the kids because, man, I'm just gonna say it again. India did not deserve that tech at the end of that game. She did not. That was huge. That was huge. Not saying that a lot of stuff didn't play to part for India and them to be down, but the momentum had built so far towards Horn Lake Way, the referees took it away. It wasn't Center Hill. It was the referees that took away the momentum from Horn Lake. So, but like I say, overall, impressed with everyone that I saw. And so like I say, I probably do a podcast Monday, or I don't know what game I'm going to next week. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I hate blaming the refs too, but they played a part in the game more than they should. And if anybody was watching it, you would totally understand that. And you know, and like I say, I ain't taking nothing away from the ref, because they still, you know what I'm saying, did an okay job, but they played such a huge part at key moments to where I just don't feel like it was. You don't make those calls when you don't let kids get clobbered, and girls are getting hurt. You're not even calling, you know what I'm saying, the foul. But at that moment, when a kid is showing emotion and is so engaged in the game because she was going off, she had went on a tear. She had just went on a tear, and you broke her down. You broke her down, and you broke the team down. But like I say, they'll see each other again. But once again, I appreciate y'all joining me tonight and everything. So please, like I say, please like and share to my YouTube page and things like that. And like I said, this won't be the last. I'll be doing a recap of every game that I watch with my eyes throughout the season, giving you an insight on what's going on, just my true opinion on how I feel that the game was played and how the kids did and what the kids need to work on, not in the negative aspect, but in the positive aspect. Because if I tell a kid what's going wrong with them, that don't mean that I'm degrading them. I'm trying to help them build from what they're doing wrong to make their game more polished than it already is. And to all those kids that played tonight, one thing I give y'all, the effort, it was there on both sides of the ball, on both teams and everything. And I couldn't have asked to spend my $6 on nothing else tonight but that game. But like I said, I'll get up with y'all later. And once again, like I said, if you ain't trained to go, you can't be on this show. And I ain't finna argue with you about that one. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all give me y'all insight, y'all true input. You can inbox me, you can message me on here, but however you may do it, you know what I'm saying? Just please know that I'm gonna give you my honest opinion when I reply back. So don't think that you're just gonna talk to me any kind of way and think that I'm not gonna say anything back. So just know that I'm gonna talk to you the same way you talk to me.